In the battle against the demon god, the Dunce hero died. Mikhail Walpurgis, the world's only ninth circle archmage, took it upon himself to defeat the demon god. Thanks to his comrades to buy him time, he managed to complete magic of ninth circle called the Meteor Strike. Although he knew that changing the situation with his magic alone is impossible, given that he is not the hero. However, he refused to die in vain. Even as an archmage of the ninth circle, he does not possess the power to rewrite the common sense of the world. However, 10th circle magic is different. He chose to bet everything on the rewind magic, the magic he cast at the cost of everyone's lives. But even that wasn't enough. Mikhail still didn't give up hope and wished for a miracle to occur. And for the magic to succeed even partially, he swore to not make the same mistake again. He would never allow an unqualified man to become a warrior. Mikhail woke up to a familiar voice and saw a familiar sight. He was 20 years back in time and regression magic was successful. Incredible, rare magic with nothing known about it. It's even labeled the impossible technique. But he had succeeded. Mikhail was beaten to a pulp by his fiancée when he asked to break the engagement. Eileen Lindell was the woman he was engaged to until he was 20. Mikhail asked the butler about the Duke family response after his rude behavior. The butler answered that there was no response yet. After the butler leaves, Mikhail practices advanced magic multicasting that can be used when one reaches a certain level. It shouldn't have been possible for a 4th circle mage like Mikhail to use this technique just yet, but as he has attained 9th circle magic before his regression, he is able to activate this magic with ease. He visits the Lindell dukedom regarding the issue of his engagement with her. Duke Lindell was troubled by his arrival. Mikhail's visit was well planned since Count Parslope is to arrive today. Soon, the prominent Parslope family will join the Duke family. In particular, the family that Leon Parslope, the next sword saint, belongs to, whom he had ties with before his regression. As Mikhail was waiting, Eileen comes. She tells him that the resolution of their engagement was completed formally after the meeting of both families and there isn't any room for his will to be exerted. She was in a rush to make Mikhail leave as Leon Parslope could come at any minute. He's very concerned with business ethics and had a strong sense of justice. So if he knew that the woman he is going to be engaged with unilaterally demanded her engagement to be canceled, he would never tolerate it. On top of that, it was on the promise to not learn any kind of mana training to create a pure successor. The mana of different natures must not be put into the mix. Eileen, who had already learned a training method suitable for her to become a knight even before her engagement, therefore breaking the promise, was at fault. As Eileen was anxious that Mikhail may have discovered the truth, Duke Lindell came and told Eileen not to speak anymore. Duke Lindell was the 5th-ranked knight of the Empire, out of 12 swordmasters and someone who would lose everything to the demon god. Mikhail needed him to prevent the disaster in the future. He asks him about the engagement. Duke answers that they broke because Mikhail's level was too lacking. Mikhail questions, was that the only reason? Duke laughs and says there was no other reason they needed to break off the engagement. Mikhail directly says that while they were engaged, she was secretly training her aura. Duke outright denies his claims, saying that if she was secretly training her aura, there was no chance that as the Empire's 5th strongest, he wouldn't have known. Mikhail replied, yes, you couldn't have known, suggesting that he did know and helped his daughter to hide the fact. In the end, the Duke admits his defeat. They reach an agreement. Eileen was worried that, now that he found out about the flawed contract, they would make them pay an even heftier price. Duke tells Eileen that the Walpurgis family will ask for a deserving price since they are the ones who broke chivalry. But they won't ask for anything unreasonable, as Mikhail doesn't want the downfall of Duke's family. Outside the Duke's mansion, Mikhail meets Leon Parslope. Leon is confused and asks Mikhail to explain what's happening. He was supposed to meet Eileen Lindell. Mikhail tells him that he is not wrong. He should be meeting Eileen right now, but as Mikhail has forced some things he can't. He asks Leon about Cassandra's prophecy that was spread throughout the world, but nobody believed in it. He asks Leon to be his companion in defeating the demon god. Leon refuses to say that he doesn't have intention to play along with his delusions. He tells Leon that if he accepts his proposal, he will teach him the complete aura training that Molière, the seasoned blade, left behind. Leon tells Mikhail to prove that he has Moliere's aura training method. Mikhail agrees and shows him the Molière aura training method. After confirming that it really is the Molière aura training method, Leon asks Mikhail to please teach him. He answers that he will teach him if he comes to the Walpurgis family himself. Leon is surprised at how easily he has agreed. He leaves as he has done everything he needed to do here. After coming home, Mikhail reports to his father about his talk with the Duke. Marquis Walpurgis praises him for the good work. Before Regression, when the Walpurgis family was about to be ruined, the root cause was Viscount Nostra, who had power in the family at the time. As Mikhail's father, the best mage of the family was bedridden, his half-dead family was barely surviving. At that time, the disciples of the demon god appeared. As all the high-level mages had already left the family, they had no way to defend themselves against the enemy. Viscount Nostra, the only 8th circle mage of the family, was their last hope. Everyone was watching him with hope. His answer to their hopes was terrible, so the family completely fell apart. In the present time, Mikhail challenges Viscount Nostra to a duel without circles so he can beat him to a pulp. With this bet, Mikhail plans to make it so that Viscount can't do anything shady like in the past. There are endless bets among mages as the magic is complete with a language. A bet is a promise weaved from language, and on breaking it, one will be abandoned by the magic itself. So, if he wins, he will get the upper hand against Viscount. That's what he is after. Mikhail's butler is worried if he can defeat Viscount as he had reached the 9th circle before Regression. He is confident in himself,